الحمد لله حمدا كثيرا والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. أما بعد, السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. We praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, our Lord, our Creator, our Sustainer, our Master. We thank Him. We seek His guidance, His help, His forgiveness. We testify that no one has the right to be worshipped except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone. And the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is His messenger and His servant. Alhamdulillah, we thank Allah for giving us this blessed opportunity to host this series of Journey to Islam, a fantastic new project organized by your local masjid, Masjid Al-Humera. And the purpose of this series is to bring brothers from our community who had an interesting journey, story. They were not all born Muslims like most of us, or practicing all their lives. Some of them were tested with having a great position in certain industries, if it's music, if it's sports, and some of them, all of them, they left something for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said, "Man taraka shay lillah awadahu Allahu bi khayrin min." Whoever leaves something for the sake of Allah, even though this is something beloved to him, it was his dream, but it may be displeasing to Allah, so he leaves it for His sake, then Allah promises to give him something better. This is why you will find that Allah honors these people with giving them status, a position within the community. He would replace what they gave up with something more beloved and better. So this is our second episode, inshallah ta'ala, and every week we will bring different speakers who have different journeys, and this is organized for you brothers, and in particular the youth. We want the young people to be inspired. We have, alhamdulillah, our weekly durus and our classical books that we teach, which is needed. However, this is slightly different. This is more relaxed. This is an environment where you can chill and relax and just listen to a story. And we pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala it will be something inspirational for you, something motivational by hearing these stories. And stories are from the sunan of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He teaches mankind through stories in the Quran. Ahsan al-Qasas, in Surah Yusuf. So there is a ibrah, there is lessons that we can take from people's journeys and stories. So I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that what we hear today is beneficial to all of our hearts and is something that we can take and inshallah ta'ala practice and follow and become closer to Allah bi'idhnillah. This talk will be for 45 minutes and we will have inshallah a chance for a few questions and answers. And please encourage your friends, your cousins, your siblings to come to next week. This will be every Saturday, Salat al-Isha, 7:30 is free and the dinner is free, so please do make sure you bring others, because the Prophet ﷺ, he said, "Ad-dalu ala al-khayr kafa'ilihi." The one who brings someone to something else, it's as if he did it. You brought one friend and he was guided through it. You get all of the ajr, his qira'at al-Quran, his salah, everything. So please do spend some efforts to bring other people. In regards to an introduction to our brother Muslim Belal, this is the whole point of his talk, so I could have mentioned his biography, but that would spoil the talk inshallah ta'ala, so I'll leave you with our brother Muslim Belal inshallah.
Yes. Assalamu alaikum. This is good, alhamdulillah, this is good. It's good because, like, We've got a lot of youngsters in there, like 15, 16, 17 years old. I can tell. It means that, boy, there's some good in our hearts, inshallah, because just to be here and want to be here shows that there's some good in the hearts. If I think back to when I was 17, 16, you couldn't really tell me there's a man speaking in the hall. Do I want to go and listen to it? I don't think I would have turned up. My ears would have been close to that kind of discussion. So alhamdulillah. I'm going to be straight. I can't teach you your religion. I'm not here to teach you your religion. There's classes here. If you want to learn, come go to the classes. You know, like, I see it like this. I might have went to a science class, for example, yeah? And I might have loved that science class. Like, we're using Bunsen burners, making these fires, we're doing chemicals, we're doing this, that, and other. And I'm saying, right, this science class is bad. So I might see you lot on a Saturday, and I'm telling you, right, I went to a science class in the week, it's sick, like, you lot should go, it's bad. And I might inspire you to say, do you know what? Can we go check out that science class? But I can't teach you science just because I went to the class. It doesn't mean I'm in a position to teach you. I'm just inspiring you to say, listen, I found something great, check it out. Now, a sister sent me a message recently, and she said she was worried about her brother. This message kind of touched me because the way she wrote, like, sometimes I get these messages, some long message, brother, I'm sorry to disturb you, I just don't know what to do, I don't know who to turn to, but I know my brother follows you online, so I'm hoping maybe you could speak to him, I found this in his room. So I see pictures of certain things, weapons, and it was like, she couldn't believe it. I thought he was a good kid, but I can tell he's going astray. Please, I'm scared for my brother. The way this sister says she's scared for her brother, if you see the long message she wrote, this is a girl that proper cares and loves her brother, and she's proper scared for him. He probably doesn't even know how much she loves him. He probably thinks, oh, my sister's annoying, man. Jarring girl. But this girl loves him and cares for him so much. That's her blood brother. She's going out her way, sending messages, looking up. A parent done the same thing. Said to me, please come to Manchester and speak to my son. This is a dad. Please come. He stopped me after an event. To see a dad, a man, when last did most of us cry? I saw him. When he started talking to me about his son, he had tears in his eyes. And he looked like a man that don't cry. But he's so hurt about his son, he's like, please, just come and speak to him. He's not here today, but I wanted to meet you, please, my son. I was thinking, right. Obviously, there's a situation, I see it's like there's a bubble where we come in here or we're in these places and it's like, or in our households, we're like one person. But there's a whole different world out there. There's a whole different world out there that some of you 17-year-olds, 16-year-olds, 15-year-olds can know what I'm talking about. That your parents don't even know you're involved in. They don't even know. Some of us, when we go home, we don't even speak that same language that we speak out there on the streets. It's a completely, like, we've got two faces. We're one person at home with mum, eating dinner with family. As soon as you hit the road and you're on the phone to your friends, yeah, cuz no man's coming now, innit, fam? What are you talking about? And completely different person. Even in the mash, completely different person. But I am saying I understand and I get it. I fully get it. I fully understand and I fully get it. And I'm going to take you back to my childhood of why I understand. Because I believe, when I look back at my life and I see myself talking about this faith and this religion and this journey, and I look back at my life and I look at the journey, I try and make sense of it. And I say to myself, do you know what? All of us, whether you're from Pakistan, Bangladesh, Jamaica, Nigeria, the Christians, the Muslims, the Jews, all of us, the bad boys, the good boys, we've all got one thing in common. We've actually all got one thing in common, and that is, we all just want a good life. We all just want a happy life. We're all searching for happiness. But we all search for that happiness in different places. And the truth is, most of us are searching for that happiness in all the wrong places. That's why most of us do not have a happy life. But this is what we want. We just want happiness. When I was young, look, I'm seeing different ages. This young boy here, you're about, how old are you?
12.
You're 12. No, this one there, but you're 20. Alright, so you're 12 and you're 20. For ask the 12-year-old, what will make you happy? Like, what will make you happy? Don't give me that typical answer, if I get to Jannah or that. Tell me the truth. What will make you happy? Like, what makes you happy?
I just don't want to.
MashaAllah. See it coming. You got your answer?
Yeah, I think so.
Generally, on a day-to-day, what makes you happy? Like, when are you happy? Like, I was with my daughter today, I said, do you want to go jumping? And they were happy. You know them places where it's like a short course, jumping, but that made my daughter happy. Great day, and pizza. They had pizza for lunch. Happy. What makes you happy?
My brother told me to come to the mosque because Muslim Belal is here.
Is it?
Yeah.
That made you happy? Allahu Akbar. This is the future. But generally, if I was to ask a 12-year-old what makes you happy, it's different from what makes a 20-year-old happy. See, when I was like 7, 8, 9, it was just, Mum, can I get a sweet from the shop when we go in there? And my mum used to say no. I'm used to rejection. Everything I asked for, they said no. This is where it starts. This is the beginning. After I hit 13, 14, I didn't care if my mum got me sweets from the shop. That's not the thing that makes me happy anymore. Now I want Nike trainers. Mum, can I get a new pair of trainers? Can I get £10 for a haircut? Because the most important thing to us at 13, 14, fresh trainers and a fresh haircut. I'm good. By the time I hit 18, 17, 16, it was no longer asking mum about trainers. It was more, can I go out till the next day? Am I allowed? It was freedom. Can I have freedom? This is what makes me happy. I don't want my mum phoning me at 10, 11 o'clock. Where are you? There's things happening and I want to be a part of those things. And then as you get older, it's different things. What makes us happy always changes. And we spend our whole life chasing it. And this is where it starts. Because I remember just asking for them Nike trainers. Always tell this story. Just asking for them Nike trainers. My mum used to always say no. So I was unhappy as a child. Why is my mum saying no to me? When my mum used to send me to the shop, we didn't have no money. So when we used to go to get like stuff for dinner, my mum used to say, you want Nike trainers? You're going to eat the Nike trainers for dinner. Go to the shop and get these things. And she write down on a piece of paper, give my son these things and I'll pay you on the 18th of the month when I get paid. So I take this note to the shop and I walk to the shop on my council estate, South London, Gypsy Hill to be precise. And I get to the sweet shop and I wait till it's empty because we have this thing called shame, embarrassment, it's pride. I don't want no one to see that we're that broke, that I'm asking the shopkeeper to give me these things and we don't have no money. So I wait till it's empty, then I go to the shopkeeper, I give him the note and he's looking at it and he's saying, tell your mum this is the last time I'm doing it. He throw the note down. I don't even want to like take the stuff. I just want to throw it on the floor and say keep it, but I have to take these things because we need this for dinner. So when I'm walking home, I'm a little bit angry inside. I'm a little bit of an angry child. This is when I was about 8, 9 years old. This is the beginning. You know when you're in school and the teacher will complain and say, he's got anger issues. You know that young boy that one little argument on the bus and he just wants to go mad on the man. It's not that he can just get angry so easy. There's underlying issues there. There's other things that's happened in his life where the anger's inside him so that one little thing can trigger that anger. So now I've just had to go to the shop with no money. I'm embarrassed and I've had to accept this man saying, tell your mum it's the last time. And then I've had to walk home. Not only that, what trainers am I walking home in? I'm walking home in trainers where I've taped sellotape round the front. Because my friend said to me once, right, your trainers are talking. You know when they're doing that when you're playing. So I've got sellotape taped round the front. I can't even get new. I'm angry. I'm not happy. And my mum can see it. I'm dealing with an angry child. I'm not doing well in school. I'm not focused. I'm an angry child. I know that there's people that exist in this world that have got fresh Nike trainers on. That look cool. That get to eat McDonald's on a Friday. That was a big thing. Why am I not one of those people? Why am I not one of those kids? So I'm angry as a child. And I'm ready to fight anyone that wants to fight. At one small thing. My mum can see that I've got these anger issues. So our parents love us. Our parents love us. And the same way we search for happiness in all the wrong places, the truth is, our parents are just human like us. And sometimes they don't know how to love. Although they love us. But they show love in different ways. So my mum's thinking, out of love for my son, I love him. My mum was raised in Jamaica. She had a different upbringing. So my mum's thought she got a job for the first time in the UK and she wanted to buy me a present. So I go home and my mum said, my son, go in your room, I got a surprise for you on your bed. I go in my bedroom and I see I see this sports bag with a pair of trainers and a tracksuit. This is one of the happiest. This is what will make me happy. I'm at that age. So I open the box. Of trainers and I'm thinking it's like the Adidas Superstar. I was like, rah. And I'm looking and I say, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why's it got 4 straps? And I look on the times like, Aribas? They say, Mum, this ain't Adidas. This is Aribas. What's this? This fake. Where did you get it from? She said, what do you mean? I got it from the market by my workplace. I said, the market, Mum, it's fake. I'm not wearing it. Right on the floor. Dad, it's fake. So Mum said, what do you mean it's fake? It's real leather. So my mum's understanding of fake to me is different. So I'm saying it's not authentic, it's not the real Adidas. What's this? Aribas, So I'm thinking I'm angry. But at the same time I've got hope. I ain't seen the tracksuit yet. I'm hoping that the tracksuit is the real deal. So I'm going to the bag. Where's the bag? Let me see. I'm taking it out and you know I'm looking at the last minute like, please don't have 4. And I'm looking, I pull out the tracksuit, 1, 2, 3, 4, Aribas. Oh man. So now I've got the full Aribas tracksuit and Aribas trainers. I'm angry. I said, Mum, I'm not wearing it, and I threw it on the floor. Vexed. I think I started crying. You know when you're just angry friend thing. So my mum said, pick it up now and put it on. You're wearing it every day. Because my mum's angry at me. She's thinking, what kind of ungrateful child have I raised? I come from Jamaica where we was walking around with no shoes on. Any pair of shorts and a string vest. This boy's complaining. And she's also angry because she means well. Her intentions was to make her son happy. And she feels like she's failed. So that's made her more angry. I didn't recognize that then as a 12-year-old, 11-year-old boy. I thought my mum's just an idiot stuff for a lot. But that's how I'm thinking. But now I realise my mum was just trying to do good. She was just trying to please me. But she didn't know how to show that love or what would make me happy. So anyway, she forces me to wear the tracksuit and she's like, go outside now. Wear it outside now, the whole thing. So I'm walking outside thinking, wow, this is the walk of death. Like this is, I hope no one. Our whole thing is based on the opinion of others. Everything in our life is based on the opinion of others. That's how we are. It's our whole world when we're young. If everyone respects us, we're happy. If everyone is cussing us and looking down on us, we're sad. We feel like the worst people. So I've gone outside in a full Aribas tracksuit and Aribas trainers and I'm feeling like, yo, please, nobody say anything. Playing football, amazing. We're running around. I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I just ain't going to stop running because if you're running fast, 4, 3 stripes, you can't tell the difference. I'm just going to keep running. So we're playing this football, but it was only a matter of time before one of the guys picks up the ball. Hold on a second. Aribas, everyone starts laughing. How do you think this makes me feel as a young boy? See the parents, my mum would listen to me tell these stories. I think, what kind of problems is that? That's not no problem. You see, as a youngster, when you're 12 years old, you think the whole world is on your shoulders because of this problem. That's your everything. So I've gone in my house and depression starts there. As a kid, you're stressed. You think your life is sad and it's the worst life. And you've got this anger inside you. Not only that, look at what the media's doing. It's worse for you now. For me then, I never had social media, YouTube, where I could look at all these people doing great. All we had was one little MTV base, where I could watch the odd music video. And that's what I used to love. This is where I got my inspiration from. These are my first role models. I got an MTV base and I see the rap stars. They look like me. They look like me. They resemble me. They're similar to me. This is different from the TV shows because they don't look like me. They don't look like they come from the place that I come from and they don't speak like me. But these rap stars, they look like they're coming from the same background, the same upbringing that I'm coming from. But the difference is, look at what they have got now. How do I get that? They are not wearing Aribas. They are not struggling. Do you know, these men are in Ferraris and Jaguars. driving around Monte Carlo, Monaco. And they're rapping and they got the women on the back of the cars because the top's down. And they're rapping, looking at each other as they're racing around Monaco like, yo, we're in Ferraris and Jaguars, switching 4 lanes, top down, screaming out money ain't a thing, hey, and he's frying money out the roof. And the girls are sitting on the back like, hey, waving at each other in bikinis. So I'm watching it saying, yo, I need that life. How am I going to get from this to that? I need to make the transition. All I want is to be happy. That's all we want is happiness. That looks like a happy life. I need some of that. I need some of that. I'm watching these guys on a yacht. He's on a yacht. He's got the Hawaiian shirt open. He's smoking a Cuban cigar. It looks cool. Of course this is my role model. Of course I look up to him. We choose our role models when we look at people and we say, they're living a great life. I need to be living like that. That's who we choose as our role models. How can this guy be on a yacht in Miami with his Hawaiian shirt open, blowing in the wind? They know how to make it look amazing. Smoking a Cuban cigar. And he's rapping like, yo, I'm big pimpin', spending Jesus, that's a jigger man. I'm watching it in my room. I got a string vest on, my pajama top, and I rolled up a bus pass, and I'm looking in the mirror like, yeah, I'm big pimpin', spending. It starts there. That's when my rap career began, in my bedroom, in my string vest and my pajamas. And I'm thinking, if I can do this, good, I can make that kind of money. And if I make that kind of money, I can live that kind of life. And if I live that kind of life, I will be happy. We're all just searching for happiness. But we're searching for happiness in all the wrong places. Because is he actually happy? I don't know. I actually do not know him. I've just seen a video, which is 2 minutes of his life. He's actually got another rap song where he says, this can't be life. This can't be love. This can't be right. There's gotta be more. This can't be life. So what does he mean by that? How can the same guy that's rapping and he's enjoying on the den be saying this can't be life? There's gotta be more. So it shows there's more going on behind the mind of these people that we're seeing as the stars. But I never took that in at the time. I'm on my journey. I want to be a star. I want to be a rapper. And it's not always because it's the coolest thing. You know, I just want to be cool. Or it's this or it's that. Sometimes it's simple as I'm saying to my mum, can we do this, can we do that? She's telling me, turn off the computer, you're burning the electricity. We can't afford electricity. Electricity was running out in my house where all of us are staying in one room with the candles, playing card games and stuff, trying to entertain each other because there's no electric. And my mum saying, Tuesday we'll put it back on. It's Thursday. It's Thursday. We're going to go without electric till Tuesday because that's when she gets her next money. But it's all right. In the daytime, it don't matter because the sun's shining and we got light. No TV, no computer, no nothing. So I might want to go and hit the roads and start hustling just to put the lights on. I just want to go in the fridge. I used to go to one of my friend's houses. And when he opens his cupboard, he used to take a chocolate out and a pack of crisps and sit down and be like, yeah, so what? And I used to sit there and his mum would go, do you want anything? I'd be like, no, thank you. But I used to think in my head, why has he got a sweet shop in his cupboard? I do not have that. I need that. Imagine just being able to go to the cupboard and get crisp and chocolate whenever you want. So anyway, this is where it starts. I've got these role models on TV, but I also got role models in the ends. We come from council estates, bad areas. There's crime, there's violence. And the truth is, it's not like I saw anyone doing well in my area where I could go up to them and say, hi John, cleaning his Mercedes. How did you get this Mercedes, John? It's so nice. Oh, well, young man, I'm a barrister, I'm a lawyer, I'm a doctor. Okay, when I'm older, I want to be a doctor like you. Or a bat. No, there was no barristers, doctors, lawyers. They didn't even drive through my area. Anyone who come through with a BM or the Mercedes, they'd also have the gold chain, the gold teeth, the music loud, and you know what they're doing for a living. It was the criminals. It was all the criminals that was making money. So we looked up to them. We looked up to them and we thought, this is a way I can make money. So we started living a life of crime from a young age. And the truth is, it was a necessity to us. That's why it felt like a necessity. I need to switch the lights on in my house. I need to be able to buy food. I need to be able to buy trainers. I'm now 14. I'm now 15. I can't be wearing Aribas anymore. I need the proper stuff. So this is why we're committing this crime. But the truth is, I never had no religion. I had faith, but I had no religion. I believed in God. When you're poor, you need faith in something. Because when you're broke and you don't know where your next money's going to come from, you need to turn to some sort of God. So I had faith. We used to pray a lot. God, please help us. God, please make the door knock and someone drop some money to us. But I never had no religion. So I wasn't a part of this religion. I used to go to the church when I was very young, but I believe now that was just because it was cheap, it was free. It was like a free youth club. You can go to the church and they'll take you on holiday, or they'll take you swimming, or the church will take you. But I never had no religion. It's not like I had a dad saying to me, you know what, Abu Huraira is one of the companions when he was broke and he never had a food, he tied a rock to his stomach, and I could say, you know what, we're broke, we're like Abu Huraira. It's cool. It's not like I had people telling me, go to the madrasa and I can learn the stories of the Sahabas, of the prophets, and I can say, you know what, we're living like them. Simple. I didn't hear these stories. Their life was simple, their dress was simple, their homes was simple, everything was simple. These people was never extravagant. Where I could say, do you know what, why don't I want to be extravagant like these rappers? I want to be like these people, simple. Yeah, I like this life. I never had that kind of inspiration. No dad telling me go to madrasa, go and learn this. Say this prayer before you sleep. Say this prayer before you eat. Eat with this hand. No guidance. No guidance. Zero guidance. So I understand why it ended up that way for man. We had no direction and no guidance. Of course, we just went straight to the streets. I get it. I get it. And you know what? Things started turning around for me. Things started turning around. By 15 years old, the BBC shooting a film in my area. And it's like, I'm saying, what, you're shooting a film around there? I want to be in it. I want to be in it. Let me be in this film. Let me be in this film. They're saying, we like this boy's attitude. Come down, have an audition. I go down there to the BBC, West London. I'm like a fish out of water. And they say, they only want 8 kids out of about 1,000 of us. When you come from this street life, you feel like you've got no hope. There's no way I'm going to be one of the 8. But the title of this film, the style of this film was 8 kids in a children's home. Coming from Brixton, Angeltown. I'm saying, yeah, this is the ends. And they're meant to be bad kids. So when I done this role, they looked at me like saying, yeah, you're really good. It's really authentic. So I'm thinking I've got hope, and I'm saying, Mum, I might get it. I might get it. I'm 15 years old now. I tell you what happened within 3 months. We're going back and forth for these auditions. Then my mum got a call. We was in Brixton Market, and I knew it was the BBC. My mum always changed her voice when these people. My mum's from Jamaica. When they call, I know that's them, because she's answered the phone like, hello. I was thinking, yes, that's the BBC. And they're saying, yeah, we want to offer your son a part. The first thing I said, how much am I getting paid? How much am I getting paid? What's the money? What's the money? So when they started telling me the wages, this is 1998, and telling me I'm on nearly £1,000 a week. I was like, then, my life's changed now. That's it, I'm up. I said, what? I said, when do I start? I can't wait. I'm gonna buy, 1, 2, 3, I can buy 5 pairs of Nikes a week, loads of McDonald's, taxi, this is it, I'm different. I'm different, this is it, it's all changed, I'm a kid still. I said, what day, where do I have to be? They said, yeah, we're shooting in Brixton and this. I said, look, I'm only on Gypsy Hill, I'll get the number 2 bus down, I promise I won't be late. They're like, no, you get your own chauffeur, you don't need a bus. 98, I said it in one of my poems live. I said I was sitting in the S, getting chauffeured in the S class. I went out on my council estate on the first day of filming. I got the phone call, good morning Mr. Chin, your car's outside. I was like, right, alright, yeah, I'm coming. Mum, my car's outside, they're calling me Mr. Chin, this is mad. I'm a proper ghetto chap. I've gone outside on my estate's so rough. And I've seen this black Mercedes S-Class. I'm like, yo, a man's got out in a suit, opened the door for me. Good morning, Mr. Chin. Bottle of water on the back seat, a newspaper, I don't even read them things. But it's there, it's ready for me. And a script. So I'm looking at this man, I'm looking at this S-Class and I'm thinking, look at this. It's all changed. It's all changed. He's looking at me like, are you going to get in the car or not? Because I'm just taking it all in. I'm thinking, yeah, I'm going to get in the car, but someone needs to see me get in the car. I can't just get in the car without anyone witnessing it. That's how we are. You know that you need someone to witness it, because I need someone to say, oh, Ashley, where you go? Is that you? Yeah, it's my chauffeur. I'm going to work. Yeah, my chauffeur, innit? Nice one. Get in, perfect, result. Because if no one sees it, it's like it was wasted. And that's how we are. Everything's for the people. We don't even realise how much we're for the people. Everything is for the people. The people are fully in control of our happiness and our sadness. If the people see it and the people praise it, we're happy. If the people see it and they dislike it or not, we're depressed, we're sad. We're like held hostage by the people, the public. So anyway, what I noticed was, I got in this car and I was so excited. I was looking at every button. I was watching the driver. I was like, couldn't wait till the next day. I'm in an S-Class Mercedes getting chauffeur driven, sitting in the back. This was mad. But what I noticed is, 2 weeks in, 2 weeks, that's 14 days. That's nothing. They phone me and say, your car's outside. I'll be like, yeah, I'm coming. I'll jump in the car and just fall asleep on the back. Within 3 weeks, I told them to stop sending the car. I don't need it. I bought a moped. And I used to go in on my moped. I didn't care about the car anymore. And then that moped I had, within a month, because I bought a second-hand N-Reg one, I didn't want it. I wanted a brand new one. But I was dreaming, looking through the loot, this newspaper where you could buy stuff, looking for loot through loot, like, well, I found a moped, £900, bought it. It was like, I can't wait till tomorrow, I couldn't sleep. Within a month, I didn't care about that one. I wanted a new one. I went to a place called Metropolis, bought a brand new one. T-Reg, brand spanking new. Now it's the talk on my area. Wow, have you heard? He got rid of one bike and the next day he bought a next one, brand new, cash. Them days this was like a big deal. I was only 15, 16. So now the name started building up. The reputation, now I started to go shopping in a shop in the West End called Probitos. And I used to buy these designer labels. So the reputation was big now. The clothing looked good now. And everything was changing. Linked up with a couple of my friends. So let's invest in a studio. Started SMS. It was a crew, it was a movement, South London. Everyone knew about us. But there's an emptiness. I noticed everything I wanted, everything I desired. Once I had it, it no longer mattered. It no longer mattered anymore. And I had no direction and no guidance. Recently, I went to Dubai. And a family asked us to bring their son with us as brothers. Because we'll be a good influence on him, she said. She's worried about him. He was 17 years old. Guy from Bangladesh. Lives in like Bethnal Green area. So he came with us to Dubai. Alhamdulillah, we was treated well when we went to Dubai. We ended up having like a big villa in a place called The Palm. It's like where like Kareem Benzema and the big footballers stay when they're there. So we was in this big villa. And we also had a private beach at the back of the villa. And one of the days, we bumped into some guys who do car rentals. They recognized us and was like, bro, we want to give you a car. Come, it's on me, come, take it. So they gave us this Rolls Royce, chauffeuring us around. And they gave me a Ferrari 448 to drive. I was all shy, like, right, yeah, all right, cool, run it, let's go. So driving the Ferrari 448, then one next day we're getting chauffeured around in a Rolls Royce. We're going home to a villa on the Palm, and I had this 17-year-old boy with us. I was thinking, right, his mum's told him to come to like get good influence from us. So look at it, we're just showing him some high life. But every day we're praying, doing little dars, little talks, and he loved it. Proper loved it. We went out on a yacht, on jet skis. It was a great trip for him. I remember I had to leave early because I had other commitments, and I left him with some of the other brothers. But I was saying bye to him at the door. And I remember he come to me and he was like, bro, this proper touched me, this trip, you know. SubhanAllah, like, it's been amazing spending this time with you. Like, may Allah reward you. Like, he was just proper emotional. I said, bro, don't worry, man, I'll link you when we go to London. He's like, no, you don't understand, like, just being around you brothers, like it showed me a lot in it, like, I feel like, and he goes, like, I text my mum today, innit? I text my mum, bro, like, he goes, to be fair, I wish I could just go, I would leave with you now if it was up to me. I said, why do you want to leave now, bruv? Enjoy it, man, you got a few more days there. 30 degrees heat, you're in a villa on the park, you understand? And he's like, I just miss my family, innit? I miss my sister and my mum. Pause. I took in this moment. He taught me something. I said, look at that. Look at that, you're 17. If I asked you, what do you wish for in this life? What do you wish for? Would you not have said something like, imagine I said you could have a villa on the Palm in Dubai, a Ferrari. Look, the Ferrari's there, and I've opened the door. Look, there's the Ferrari. You was getting chauffeur driven in a Rolls Royce. We was out on a yacht, jet skis. If I said, is this what you want? You would have said, yeah, these are the things I dream for. You've got it all right now, and you're telling me you want to go leave this and go home back to rain in England, Bethnal Green, to see your mum in the camp. You understand? Like, do you understand that? It just shows that these things, we think we would spend our whole lifetime trying to achieve that. We would spend our whole lifetime trying to achieve that, to only get it and then realize it's empty. I said, look, you've been blessed to be able to see it's empty now at 17. And he goes, wow, I didn't even think of it like that. It just feels normal because we've been there a week. A week, that's all it took for you to realize it just feels normal. The novelty wears off of everything. I went back and I remember saying this to one of the teachers, this story of this boy. And he said, yeah, Belal, I'm not surprised, you know. You know, like, happiness is in Iman. Simple statement. You know when they say them people of knowledge, they don't speak much, but when they speak, they say a lot. He just said happiness is in Iman. True happiness is in Iman. How can you expect to find peace in the heart if you don't have a relationship with the one who created the heart? I was like, yo. And then it brings me back to my life. It brings me back to my life, 18 years old. Running around, doing this, we got that, we got this, I got the name, I got the clothes, I got everything. I had that emptiness. I actually had that emptiness. I was thinking to myself, if you told me when I was 8, 9, 10 and my mum was sending me to the shop and I was wearing the Aribas, that in 5, 6 years from now, you would be the man in the ends with all this motorbikes, designer clothes, I would have thought I'd have been the happiest guy ever. But I've got it and we just got problems. That's another thing. When you've got it, you get tested. We had a lot of street issues. Other people, hearing rumours. It all starts with that. This guy's got a lot. Okay. Oh, there's a rumour. Someone's going to rob you at the next... Yeah, they heard you got... yeah, cool. Now I need to let them know that they can't rob me and I would love them to try. So I'm going to do something and set an example out of people. And it all starts there. Then there's going to be retaliation. And then this back and that back. It was madness. No peace in the heart. No inner peace and no contentment. Couldn't even sleep. One day we're in our studio. Everything's in this house. Intoxicants. Weapons. Everything's in this house. We're chilling. And I remember one of the same guys that I used to look up to, that used to drive through my area as one of the top road guys. He's come to the room and he's asked us to turn down the music for 5 minutes. You lot, turn down that music for 5 minutes, please. And it's gone out the room. I didn't know why he kept doing that. But his bedroom was below our studio. And it turns out he had converted to Islam. And he always wanted to pray every so often throughout the day. And every time he wanted to pray, he used to come upstairs, knock on the door and tell us to turn down the music. One day, he just came in that room and he must have just said to himself, I'm tired of hearing this music up there. I'm going to let them have it. Because one day he's come in the room and he just started speaking to us. Now we're about 17, 18. And we're sitting around this room smoking, drinking. We feel bad. Everyone's got weapons, guns, and we feel like on the streets they know about us. Like we feel like big people. They know about us out there. Big Mercedes outside, drop top Mercs. These days they won't even know finance. Everything's cash. Things was going on. But he came in that room and made us, who believed we were big boys, seem so small. He asked us simple questions like, You lot tell me, what's the purpose of life? A man shuffling like, yeah. Would you, like, what's the purpose of your life? We respected him. He's the older brother to one of our close friends. So we're saying, no, like, yeah, what's the purpose of life? Yeah, purpose of life, innit? Like, you know, like, obviously, like, to just, like, live a life of, like, with a purpose and, like, be, you know, you have to have purpose. You can't just live your life, you know what I mean? So we're having, like, a good life, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm saying, what? Like, you know, like, be good to your family, like, have purpose. You have to have a purpose of life. I said, bro, you're sounding proper uneducated right now. This guy's like, what is the purpose of life? Then I'm thinking, what if he asks me that? What am I going to say? Like, what do you say to that? We don't know. We're so we got no guidance. Like I said, I never had no dad, no uncle, no mum that's saying, this, go madrasa, learn this. None of that. No stories of the prophets. No stories of Sahabas. We didn't have that. Complete darkness. I fully understand when he says you was on the edge of the fire. Allah bestowed his favour on you. And he found you lost, guided you. Mad. That guidance there, fortunate. Fortunate. We was lost. You don't understand, you got no direction, we're lost. That's why we're doing these things. That's why, I understand, that's why. So I'm saying, well, I don't know. Then he says, you come from, do you not believe in God? I believed in God. Like I said, I had faith. When you're broke and you're on the streets, you have that faith. I used to drive with certain things on me, and I see the police. The first thing I'm doing is praying to God. Please, God, please. I remember getting chased by the police. And I'm praying. We're praying. There's 3 of us in the car. Turn. God. In my head, I'm just saying, God, please. No, God, no jail, please. I don't want to go to jail. Please, God, no. That's it. So I had faith. I believed in God. But no religion, no guide, like, said, listen, you come from God. When you die, you're going to return to God. You see everything you're doing. You see everything you're doing in this life now. He said, know that it's being recorded. What you do in secret, what you do in public, what you reveal, what you conceal, everything is being recorded. And you see when you return to God, that will be presented. And you will be judged. It's a judgment day. Everyone will be raised up. Trust me, we're sitting in a room and he's got all of our attention now. All of our attention. We're listening to this like judgment day. We're going to be raised up on this day. And saying, so what happens on that day? Like, what do you mean? Like, who's there? Like, he said, everyone, you're all raised up. You see, like an award ceremony. This was around the time when the Mobile Awards was on, and we used to watch that. There was a group called the So Solid Crew. They won a mobile. It was big news because they were from Brixton Hill, Clapham Junction. I was like, what? They walked up on stage. I remember what they said, and the winner is the So Solid Crew. And they've got, boop, boop. And they've got champagne, pop, pop, pop. Walked up, they've got jewellery on. I'm looking at them like saying, yo, they won. They've gone up there, they're like, yeah, thank you for this award. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And he said, you see that? That's a few thousand people in one room drunk. And a few nobodies at home watching on TV. They feel good, proud. They won the award. Well done. They worked hard for that. He said, I get it. I'm working hard too in this life. Because you see, when this life's over and judgment day comes and the whole of mankind is there, not just a few people in an arena and a few drunk people watching on Channel 4. The whole of mankind, Bob Marley, Elvis Presley, Jesus Christ, the sun is brought down, the prophets, everything is there to witness on this day. Imagine your name getting called out. Come forward for the good that you've done. Come now. He said, that's what I'm working. I want my name to come on that day. And I say, excuse out of the way, bro. Yep, excuse. You remember them prayers I was doing? When I was telling you, yeah, right. And he was showing us like that. This is the dawah I received. See, as a young boy sitting in the room, I'm listening to him, man. When he done this, see when I saw this, excuse out the way, that's my name, I'm going. I want to be a winner on that day. I want them doors of paradise to be open for me. I'm listening to that saying, what, do you think that I'm not coming as well? What, do you think I want to be a loser? You're mad. You better tell me what books you're reading. I'm involved. 100, who's a loser? Listen, 100% I'm involved. We ain't even talked about Islam yet. Idiots talking to me about God and Judgment Day. I wasn't scared. I was like, I know, I believe in God. I know we come from God. I believe we're going to return to God. So if that's the case, I need to know that this God is pleased with me when I return to him and he rewards me with his paradise. Because something's got to be better than this. Something has to be better than this life. Because this life, no matter what you're achieving or what you're doing, this life is not great. No one can tell me, yeah, this life is not great. So I needed that. So I said to him, listen, what books are you reading? I need to read 10 books. I want to be that guy. I want to go back to my estate and talk to them boys on the steps. I say, yo, you lot, what's your purpose of life? Like, I want to be that person. I don't want to be the idiot that goes like, what's the purpose of life? Like, you know, like, we're just living in it. Like, you know, like, just be... Who wants to be that? I want to be a winner. 100%. So I said, listen, and I went to the bookshop. Started getting a couple books. Started reading. I remember the man in the bookshop said to me, now you're taking these steps towards Allah. Allah's going to come running to you. As a first, I remember he said that to me. It was in South London. I never understood what he meant. But it made sense. Because I knew nothing about Islam before that day. But after I left that shop, it's like Islam was coming from every angle. I go Bethnal Green to buy a pair of trainers. I've been going there for long. We used to come from South London to Bethnal Green to buy trainers for years because they had the exclusive ones. All of a sudden they're talking to me, so I'm like, you must. I was thinking, right, I've been coming there for long. You know, I've never mentioned this religion, but I never noticed it. Now it's like everyone's Muslim in the shop. I was hearing these words. The music I was listening to, I was hearing the words. I was like, wait, did he just say inshallah? I was hearing it everywhere. So it was coming to me, coming to me, coming to me. And then I got scared. I got scared to make that decision. And this here is a young man disease. I say it's the young person disease. We put off greatness because we think we've got time. I got scared because someone gave me a bit of dawah and I think they was a bit harsh with their dawah, but everyone's different. Even me, when I was 6 months in, I used to walk around like I just graduated from Medina University. I was hardcore. But 6 months in, my mum couldn't even live in the same house as me. It was mad for her. Like, my mum was looking, even the way I spoke, I changed my accent. I'd be like, Mum, this drink is not good. It will take you to the fire. It will take you to the fire. And then my mum's looking at me like, why do you even speak like that? You're not from, where are you from? So I was changed. 6 months in, I was hard. Then I had to, like, the more I learned, I started relaxing with it and realizing, you know what, the beautiful character is very important. And I stopped even talking to my mum about the faith. I just started making her see the change in me to where my mum's saying, look at my son, boy. He's a good boy now, isn't he? Because my mum seeing how relaxed I was with in any situation that came. And this is why I say I found peace in this religion. When I say I found peace in this religion, you see, any situation or any circumstances we face, and we had ongoing problems from before. Serious problems. Very serious problems. And my mum saw how calm I handled these problems. And that, I think my mum was just like, wow, there's something in this religion. This is how, and that's what made my mum want to convert to Islam after 2 years of seeing her son without me even giving dawah. She just saw the changes in me and my sister. I was not preaching to them. I was not telling them, For the first 6 months I was. And they hated me. When I stopped, didn't even talk to them about it. Our relationship got closer. And that's when my mum started realizing, do you know what? And then they both surprised me on a day saying they want to take their shahada. And everyone, I was like, where's that? She'd been stealing tapes from my room and DVDs and listening to them. I wasn't even forcing them on her. But the same way we used to have the reggae music playing on a Sunday when she's tidying up, now I used to just run my tape. Playing my tape, and I knew what tapes to play. The ones where they're saying, and Jesus Christ, and that. So my mum's listening like, what? Is that a Muslim tape? Yeah. What are you talking about Jesus? Yeah, Mum. Yeah. Okay. So then, yeah, Mum. Yeah. I knew, yeah, Mum's interested now. She wants a bit of this. She sees it. When you're tasting that sweetness of Iman, you see what it is? It's like you got this glow. They see that glow and they get jealous of it. And they want a piece of that. So alhamdulillah, it's like I knew at this stage I wanted to convert. I converted to Islam, alhamdulillah, but I delayed it. That's what I was. I delayed it at first because I was thinking, someone gave me this dawah and it kind of scared me. It scared me. The first thing they said to me is, you know, if you convert to Islam, you can't rap no more. I was like, what do you mean? So you see all this rapping you're doing, you have to stop that. Like, the rapping's the most safest thing I do. Like, that's actually my legitimate job. Like, I was thinking, why are you on me about that? I thought that was the way out. He's like, nah, it's haram. I said, what's haram? I ain't even heard that word before. He said, like, it's not allowed, you can't do it, So I was thinking, bro, but like, I'm not hurting no one. And you have to understand, it's hard to comprehend it at first, because you're thinking, well, what harm is that? Like, I'm not harming anyone. I didn't understand. You have to teach, like a baby, you start trying to teach a baby, if you touch that fire, it's going to hurt you. The baby's still going to go for it. They don't understand. So I'm saying, I don't understand, I don't get that. And he started telling me a lot of things, what I can't do, what I can't do, what I can't do. And as a young boy, 18 years old, you're telling me all these things I can't do. I was just thinking to myself, hold on, all down to McDonald's, you can't eat that no more either. I was thinking, bro, why are you just mashing up my life for, telling me now I can't eat McDonald's? That's my favourite, like, why not? What's wrong with a burger? My mind can't get around that. Like, what's wrong with a burger, bro? Like, it's a burger. Who are you hurting? I'm not killing anyone. I'm not shooting anyone. I'm not making no one take drugs. Like, it's a burger. So I started thinking, this is a bit mad, you know. Like, I might not be ready for all of that. And I remember putting it off. This is the young person's disease. I know it's a lot of young people, we say, later on in life we're going to do better. We think we're going to do better later on in life. Later down the line. And this is what I understand. The young person's filled with energy. There's a lot of desires. There's a lot happening out there. There's things that we don't want to miss out on. This is why one of the people that be under the shade on that day is the one who practiced Islam from a young age. Because it's not easy. That's when you got all the distractions. So I'm thinking, I can't do it now. And then I remember I saw the first guy who was giving me dawah and he said to me, yes, I've been waiting to see you. You ready? He told me next time I see you, you're going to be ready. And I was like, boy, you know what? I was kind of talking to someone and I was like, I don't know if I'm ready anymore. He's like, what happened? He was thinking, what happened? Nah, he was telling me about this, my rapping and I can't eat McDonald's. I was thinking that. He's thinking, oh my days, who come and mash up my dawah? Like, who came? I had you, and someone just come and just went to, and I was saying, what? And he said, listen, he said to me, don't worry about the sins right now, what you can and can't do. We're dealing with your faith. We're dealing with your faith right now. And he's saying, look, even Aisha, the wife of the Prophet ﷺ, is telling me that she said something like, if they came to us with the rules straight away, we would have all ran away. First we had to learn faith. He said, let's work on your faith for now. Build up your faith. Like, do you believe in Allah? Do you believe in the Creator? I said, yes. You believe Muhammad ﷺ is the last messenger. You believe in all these messengers. You believe in the books. Declare it. Come in, like, come. What would you know, like when you're in a race at school, and then someone laughs at the person who comes last, and the teacher turns and says, at least they took part. It's the taking part that counts. You didn't come, no, take part. Start now. Do not die unless you die in a state of submission. And at that point, I remember having a dream that I got shot. And I was thinking to myself, I remember in that dream, after that conversation, all I kept saying was, oh my gosh, I need to take my shahada, I need to take my shahada. And the paramedics couldn't hear me, they kept pushing me down, saying, no, wait. And I said, no, I don't care about the hospital. They was like, we'll be there soon. I said, no, I need to take my shahada because I'm going to die and I never done it. I need to do it now, And I was panicking, sweating, and it feels real. You know, you have a dream and it feels real. I've woke up and I've realised, what? It was just a dream. And I've gone to check the brother and I've told him about it. And he said, while you was having that dream, you was panicking, you was sweating, you thought it was all real. I said, yeah. Then you woke up and you was like, it was just a dream and you got on with your life. I said, yeah. He said, that's how this life is. Right now you're in it and you're panicking about this beef and your friends and you got to do this and you're stressed and you're depressed and you're trying to achieve everything and it all feels real. When you die and you go to the grave, the angel comes to you and asks, how long was you in that life for? You're going to say, a day or part of a day. That's it. You look back at it just like how when the woken person looks back at the dream. This life is nothing. This life is nothing. Look how caught up you are. Come and take your shot. I said, I'm ready. Nah. I went and took my shahada. Alhamdulillah. And they said to me after I took my shahada, the journey starts now. The truth is, I tell my story, my journey to Islam, the journey started that day I declared my faith. Shaitan said, yeah, I made a promise. I'm not going to make this easy for you, look. Attacks from all angles. They don't come in no easy way, like, hey, do you remember this drink? Do you remember it? Do you want it? No, it comes in ways you don't even understand. You don't recognize it coming. So we're in a constant test until we get to that grave. I've been tested over and over and over again. But that faith cannot be, listen, nothing is worth jeopardizing that faith for that place in paradise for. Nothing. So when I see that message from the sister about a little brother and she's worried, at first I said I understand. I said I understand because I remember when I was like that, carrying those things, doing those things. But then I had to ask myself, do I understand though? Because my role models was the rappers, the stars. I didn't know about no Sahabas. I didn't know the stories of the Prophet. And then I'm looking at these people, I'm saying, but hold on. You're telling me you had your dad, your mum, your uncles, your community telling you to go to the masjid and the madrasa from kids. You're telling me you had all of this from youngsters. You're telling me you knew Surah Fatiha from a youngster. You knew all of this. You knew you had all of this gem. You were just giving it. You were just giving it. This precious gem, you were just rewarded with it from birth. And you just said, I want to trade it for that dirt that we had. That I don't understand that. That I don't understand. I'll be honest. That I don't understand. No matter what I do, any youngster that comes to me and says, oh, how do I get involved in that? How do I get involved in this? Oh, what about film? How can I get us everything? No matter what I do, I say, bro, I'm on my way out. Why are you trying to get your way in? That don't make sense to me. That does not make sense to me. It's like they want to trade. It's like you're saying, listen, you lot got that street life and that rubbish. Can we have it? And you lot can take our deen and our religion. Listen, I'm down for that trade, but that's not a fair deal. That's not a fair deal, and I've seen too many people throwing it away. Throwing it away. I went to Dublin, the end of Ramadan, loads of youngsters, Muslims stabbed up an ex-Muslim, last 10 days of Ramadan. And otherwise are saying we need to ride out and get them back. For who? You know, sometimes you think for who? Because they're scared of the respect they're going to lose. Who? I'm not going to respect it. It's some idiots that's going to respect it. It's mad. Listen, I'm just saying, I'm not here to teach anyone, but I could say, listen, I found peace in this religion and contentment. Because now you know, no matter what you have, no matter how much money you've got, no matter what situation I'm in, I can just refer back to those stories of the Sahabas and they say, yeah, alhamdulillah, this is just the dunya, we're good. It doesn't matter. We don't need it. We don't need to be inspired by them. We don't need it. And a lot of them, it's just a trick. We don't actually need it, alhamdulillah. So, yeah, I think I'll wrap up there. Inshallah.
Takbir. 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 We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to keep our brother Ashley Belal steadfast on this deen. Alhamdulillah, he is the one who guided him to this beautiful religion. Alhamdulillah. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to keep him firm and steadfast and to make him die upon this deen. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make him a means of guidance for others, his family and his community, inshallah ta'ala. We ask Allah to reward our brother Muslim Belal. We know his busy commitments, but we thank him for not forgetting his community and giving back to the community and making time to spend time with the youngsters, to share his story And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that all of you benefited from this story. For those who can relate to this story, it shows that it's possible. If you seek Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to change your situation, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will provide these solutions to you. And for those young brothers who didn't or can't relate to the story, then alhamdulillah. You don't need to experience it, inshallah. Everyone has their own different journeys. Everyone will have their own tests and challenges. Some people might be tested with the music and the film and the gang industry, if we can call it that. Others might have different tests and journeys. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to keep all of us steadfast. Questions and answers, please.
So, you know, from your first time you got dawah until you took your shahada, was there any sort of peer pressure? And how did you deal with that sort of peer pressure? Anyone telling you don't go towards Islam or something?
He's asking, was there any peer pressure or pressure like since the time between getting dawah and actually taking my shahada? No, there wasn't. There wasn't, because there wasn't much of a Muslim community then. Well, I didn't know of one. So it's not like there was a Muslim community and there was a group of friends and they were almost like, it was very like, I never even knew any Muslims, to be fair, like apart from this one guy who was the older brother of a close friend of mine. So he's talking to all of us in the room, and I think we would, when in his absence, talk about it amongst ourselves. And then like maybe we would be like to each other, like, you thinking about it? You thinking about it? Like, he's got me thinking, like, what do you think? And then we'd all like, what I found crazy is like, it's like we was all privately, because we was all shy, going to see him on our own. And I noticed that I had a book that I took off him, and then one of my other friends, when I picked him up, he had the same tape. So I was like, oh, did you go and ask him for one? He's like, yeah, man. And so, but there was no peer pressure, because at that time, like with 2002, I didn't really know any Muslims until after the conversion, really. So the dawah was just from that one source. Everything else was really through the books. Yeah.
Right, any other questions, inshallah? From the youngsters in particular.
What did you do after you gave up the rap?
The rap was hard, and this is the test, because we saw the rap music as a legitimate earning of money. And it was like, you know, this could be the way away from crime. I already had something I was doing alongside that was legit, and the rap, but the rest of my crew, the rap was all they had as a legal form of earning. And the truth is, we always wanted a way out one day. We don't want to be doing crime forever. So when they started saying the rap, you're not allowed to rap, you're not allowed to rap. I remember some brother said something like, I forgive them, but they said something like, what, you lot still got that studio, we're going to come and burn it down. And it gave that approach, made me very ignorant. I remember I was like, I dare them to, yeah, I wish, come to our studio, cool, and know that. And then, you know what was beautiful? I loved the imam in my local mosque. He knew I was a rapper, but he used to show me so much love. He used to go there, he used to hug me, and he said, oh, Muslim Belal, how are you? Come, we've got a lecture. And he made me feel so welcome. Well, I used to always go there, and I used to just chill and sit in the masjid, listen to, until once he said to me, like, and they were like, what's it called? I've been to the masjid. They were like tabligh. So they used to put out their hand and say, who's going for this amount of days, that amount of days? And I remember once, he said, Bilal, you should come. They put me under pressure. So I was like, I'll do 10 days, 10. And they were like, okay, put Muslim Bilal for 10 days. So I was like, 10 days, I'm in. Now, he said to me, I was like, kept avoiding going. So he said to me, why don't you do it at the end of Ramadan for itikaf? So I said, alright, I'll do that. So I went to the masjid for itikaf, the end of Ramadan. And you know what's mad? Like, the itikaf done such good for my heart. I'm sitting in the masjid, just read. It's a masjid, it's small like this. There's no access to the outside world. For 10 days, that felt like a year. No phone, nothing. Just sitting in there. Days were going slow. Just reading Quran, praying. Every time the chairman was old, and any time I'd like try and speak to one of the brothers, like one brother's son, he'd be like, itikaf, no speaking. Like, oh. I see certain brothers now doing itikaf and they're all chilling, wrestling and all that, having fun. It weren't like that. But alhamdulillah, this was a beautiful experience for me because it was just so strict. But you see, after there was 10 days, when I stepped out of that masjid, my mum picked me up. I told my mum pick me up. She had the radio on. And it just sounded, it's like it was too loud for me. You know, I've been in this quiet space. It was just like, and you know, I was like, Mum, turn that down, turn that down, turn that down. My ears can't handle that. And my heart just rejected it, naturally. And this is what I understand. You see, when you just work on the Iman, your heart will, you don't have to force these things. Your heart will reject it naturally. It's like if you just listen to a lecture and all that, and then your friend phones you and says, oh, let's go and do this. You might be like, no, I can't be bothered. But if you're listening to a rap song, and while you're listening to it, your friend phones you and says, let's go and do this, you'll be like, yeah, I'm down. So, the heart, you work on that Iman. I've done the itikaf, and I left, and this made me leave. This made me naturally just say, you know what, I don't think I can do it anymore. All those times people were telling me to stop, it weren't working. My heart just rejected it, I weren't on it no more. And then, it's a big test though, financially, certain things, where I just ran away. Because I remember saying, Rob, I got no money. Now, not no money, but I can see the money's going to go down. I can't handle this. I'm booking a flight. And I just went to Egypt. That's when I went to Egypt. I just booked a flight and went to Egypt. And I said, you know what, I've got to work on my heart and Iman. Because if this is only going to last as long as my Iman lasts. So let me go and work on it. So I just went to Egypt. Spent a couple years out there. And that helped me. Because once I come back, it's like, I couldn't bother to go back to music. Like I set like a steady foundation for myself. Yeah.
Okay, we'd love to take more questions, but time doesn't permit because the food, we don't want it to get cold. I would like to ask our brother Muslim Belal to give some closing words, inshallah ta'ala, for a minute if you can. What is the main message you want to give to our youngsters, inshallah ta'ala?
I'll just say, like, in simple words, like I said, I can't teach, but what I would say is, finding this religion is the best thing that ever happened to me, honestly. From the bottom of my heart, I didn't have much family, I didn't have much in my life. Finding this religion is the best thing that ever happened to me. It gave me guidance. It gives the heart peace because now I know what this life's about. Now I know what happens after this life. Now I understand. So all I can say is, it does not make sense throwing away this religion. There's nothing in this world that is worth it. Don't throw it away. Don't throw it away. Do not look up to any of us or anyone or anything that seems like they're... Trust me, look up to the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. That's your role model. I ain't your role model. That's your role model. Follow that. Listen, don't throw away this religion. Trust me. Don't throw it away. It's not worth it. That's all I can say.
Perfect. Last words, subhanallah, to close this beneficial and blessed liqa evening today. Jazakallah khair to our brother Muslim Belal, and Jazakumullah khairan to everyone who made their time to come. Please do remain behind and share the ajr by eating collectively as a community, inshallah. with us. Jazakumullah khair. Allahumma ighfir lana dhunubana wa kaffir an sayyi'atina. Wa sallallahu ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.